Hey everyone, it's Jessie. Welcome to my channel. Today I created this makeup tutorial for you all. This is my first YouTube video here and I wanted to create something that really describes me. I love playing with color. I love being in full glam. So if you want to learn how to do this look, then just keep on watching. To start off with, I already have my eyebrows on and I did one eye already off camera and I'm going to go ahead and start and do the other eye. For my eyebrows, I used my Anastasia products. To prime my lids, I'm going to use the Tarte Shape Tape Concealer. Gonna place that all over my lid to cover any discoloration and keep my eyeshadow from creasing. To set my eyelids, I'm gonna use my Laura Mercier translucent powder. For the first shade, I'm gonna use my Natasha Denona Sunset palette. I'm gonna use this yellow shade here called Soul. I'm gonna take it on a Morphe 504 brush. And I'm just gonna really pack that color in my crease, going back and forth, and then using circular motions to blend out the color. I'm gonna take this Real Techniques flat shader brush, and I'm gonna take that same yellow shade here. I'm gonna pat that all over my lid. Next, I'm gonna use the Jaclyn Hill Morphe palette. And I'm going to take this yellow shade here. I'm going to take that on a Sephora Pro Tapered Crease Brush. And I'm just going to pack that color in my crease. Going back and forth. And then using circular motions to blend it out. I'm going to take this orange shade here, just a tiny bit of it, on this Morphe 506 brush. I'm just going to take a tiny bit of it because I don't want this true color. I just want like a light wash of the color. Gonna really focus this in my crease, placing that color down and then blending it out. I'm gonna go back to that flat shader brush and that same yellow color we started off with, and I'm gonna pack that over my lid again just in case we lost any of the color. Gonna take that big fluffy brush that we started off with and using that same yellow color and just blending that orange and yellow all together at the top of my crease. Now for the hardest part of the eye, I'm gonna use the Stila Stay All Day waterproof liquid eyeliner. For my wing, I like to start at the corner. I just draw a straight line all the way to the outer corner of my eye. And it's okay if we mess up down here because at the end I grab my makeup wipe and swipe it all the way. Then I'm going to take the end of this line and drag it all the way over. So I'm going to take my makeup wipe here and just swipe it right across underneath my line and drag it out. To tightline my waterline, I'm going to use this Too Faced Perfect Eye Water eyeliner. For lashes, I'm going to use the Lilly lashes in the style Miami. For my glue, I'm going to use the House of Lashes eyelash glue. I'm going to take the Better Than Sex Too Faced mascara. Take it right at the base of that eyelash to blend those eyelashes together. Moving on to the face, I'm going to take this Benefit Porefessional primer, little pea-sized amount, and focus that on my nose, my cheeks, and my forehead and my chin. Mainly the center of my face. So you really want to press that in to help minimize the appearance of pores. For foundation, I'm going to use the Too Faced Peach Perfect Comfort Matte Foundation. This is in the shade Warm Beige. And I'm just going to take that on the back of my hand. For concealer, I'm going to use the Too Faced Born This Way Multi-Use Sculpting Concealer in the shade Natural Beige. And I use a lot of concealer. I take it on the side of my nose. I place this right underneath my eyes. Above my lip. On my chin. Take it down the center of my nose. And also on my forehead. I'm going to blend that all in with my beauty blender, using very light tapping motions. To set my face, I'm going to use the Mercier translucent powder. And I'm going to take my beauty blender and make sure there's no creases underneath my eyes before I set my concealer. And I just go ahead and take that same powder all over my face. I really like to set my whole face because it just helps me stay matte all day. And then also, like when you put on your bronzer and blush, highlighter, it just makes everything blend a whole lot easier. And I just really press that into my skin to where I can't see the powder anymore. I'm gonna go ahead and finish off my eyes. And I'm gonna go back to the Natasha Denona palette and take that same yellow shade here. I'm gonna take that on a Morphe E18 and place that right underneath my lower lash line. Next, I'm gonna go back to the Morphe Jaclyn Hill palette and take that same shade here. On a smaller pencil brush, this is the E36, and we're going to place that on the outer corner of my eye. Go back to the other blending brush and just blend those two colors together. Next, I'm going to go ahead and coat my lower lashes. This is the Benefit Roller Lash. Next, I'm going to take some bronzer. This is the Butter Bronzer by Physicians Formula in the color Deep Bronze. I'm going to take that on a Morphe 437 brush. And as I place it on my cheeks, I always like to go in circular motions and then drag it a little bit down, but mainly focusing it on my cheekbones. I'm going to go ahead and take it around my forehead. I take it on my jawline. I'm going to go ahead and take a Luxie 207 medium angle shading brush. Looks like this, so I'm going to go ahead and contour my nose. I like to start at the corner of my eyebrow and slightly drag it all the way down to the end of my nose. I'm going to go ahead and take some powder and take it down the side of my nose to define the contour even more. To bronze a little bit more, I'm going to take this Milani Baked Bronzer in the color Soleil. This has a little bit of a gold sheen, so it'll give my face a little bit of dimension and glow. I'm going to take this big R2 brush and just intensify my bronzer. For blush, I'm going to take this ABH blush kit, and I'm going to take a little bit of this shade here. I'm going to take this on a Morphe 530 brush. I'm going to smile and pop it on the apples of my cheeks, and I like to go ahead and bring it around the temples to make me look a little sun-kissed. I'm going to go ahead and dust off that powder with my blush brush. I'm going to go ahead and clean up my bronzer with some Mercier translucent powder on my beauty blender and just place that right underneath my cheeks. Gonna go ahead and brush off that powder with this big Morphe E41 brush. Next, I'm going to take my Shade and Light contour palette. I'm going to take that banana shade here and place it right underneath my eyes to brighten it up. I'm going to take my Urban Decay All Nighter Makeup Setting Spray, give it a good shake. This will just like melt all the powders that I put on my face and melt them together. And then also it claims to make my makeup last a little bit longer. For highlight, I'm going to take this Anastasia Beverly Hills collaboration with Amerzy. And this is what it looks like, so pretty. Gonna take that on my Anastasia brush. And I just pop this right on the high points of my cheeks. Take this above my Cupid's bow, right above my eyebrow. Gonna take this little fluffy brush from Stila, and I'm gonna take that on the bridge of my nose here. Gonna take that on my inner tear ducts, also on my brow bone. For lip liner, I'm gonna use the Kylie Jenner lip liner in the shade Brown Sugar. For lipstick, I'm going to use a Dose of Colors collaboration with Desi and Katie in the shade More Creamer Please. Then I'm going to go back over with my lip liner to just define it a little bit more. And this is the final look here.